I feel like Caesar crossing the Rubicon. Alia jacta est. Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Yes, the die is cast, as my fellow countrymen used to say. This is the moment of no return because I just cut the cable of the rear derailleur. I'm going to do the same for the front because I'm going to fit the Wheeltop EDS-TX Groupset or front and rear derailleur that they sent me, see how it works and go out for a ride. Maybe not today because the weather's been horrible as the normal issue British summer. But yes, I'm going to get stuck in fitting the components and see if I get it running. This is a Veobuild frame, aerodynamic one, less than 500 pounds, and with 105 components, aluminium stem and bar, Ultegra pedals, comes up at 8 kilos and 20 grams. All things considered, is a very good weight for the bike, and let's see with the wheel top how the overall weight of the bike is going to change. I'm going to strip the bike from its components. I'm not going to film the entire process because that will cause me even more anxiety. As I said guys, I'm not the best mechanic. I'll try to do everything myself and see if I can at least put everything on and make it work. So far all good. It's always easy to destroy rather than build up. So I removed the derailleurs, I removed the levers. I had to just route a plastic cable where the rear brakes goes through. When I put a new one, it's going to fit through. So the rest will be all wireless and hopefully easy to fit back in. I'm very happy with the results so far. I managed to fit both derailleurs. I had a problem in the front alignment. The cage was hitting the pedal, so it was a little bit awkward to fit, but eventually I found the correct alignment and everything seems to be working fine. So I went through the app to do the initial adjustment for the rear derailleur. You have to tell the rear derailleur where the first gear is, and for them is the highest gear. So we would have called the 11th gear, but for them is the number 1. You have to align the two sprockets, so your smallest gear and the derailleur jockey wheels, in order to have them in the same line, as you would do with a rear limiter screw on a normal mechanical setup. Then you shift to the second gear and you do the indexing. So if the chain is rubbing to the next cog, I dialed in a minus number up until to find where the chain was not hitting any sprocket, either the next one up or the lower down, in order to, from behind, look at the chain and make sure that it's aligned. You repeat the process for all the cassette, fine-tuning where the chain is, and everything seems to be working fine. I haven't fitted the levers yet, let's have a look. So we are now in the first gear, so the highest gear, second, third. Everything seems to be working fine. When you are in the big gear, it will let you go through the biggest sprocket at the cassette. It's all working fine, and you could just hold the small button here to go all the way down. Bear in mind, this is still what they call the casual mode. It's not racing mode. Very fast shifting, very similar to the mechanical one. I wouldn't have expected anything faster. If I put racing mode, it's going to be even faster. So far I'm very happy. Once I sorted out the alignment of the front derailleur, the chain shift really nice in the smaller gear. If I do this operation while being in the highest gear at the back, the rear derailleur will automatically move to the third gear. Let's have a look. As you can see, I went down to the smaller chainring in the front and automatically the rear derailleur put me in the third gear at the back. Then I can keep going, shifting all the way up my cassette. If from this position you hold the button to go to your highest gear, while staying in the front small ring, it won't go all the way down. Again, it will stop at the third one. If I go back to the bigger chainring in the front, it will let me shift all the way down. So a little bit of trial and error, but I have to say even I managed to understand what they mean in terms of the numbers and adjustment, and it's quite nice to do the indexing instead of turning the barrel adjuster to adjust the tension of your cable. It's new for me to do this all on the app, and the rear derailleur will move exactly to put the chain in the right position. The light is constantly changing, sun, rain, sun again. You know, very strange day today. I'm going to fit the bar tape in a moment, but before I need to align the levers. Now I'm going to use the alignment tool for the rear derailleur. Now this is made by ZTTO, and it's going to be used in this time not for the rear derailleur but for aligning the angle of the levers and the height of the levers, together with this extension that is going to screw in where the compression plug is, and it's going to form the base for the derailleur adjustment in this way to measure the handlebars. Yes, it works really well. I will adjust the lever to make sure they are on the same angle and height. The bike is finished. I also changed the tape. Now it's much cleaner in the front. Really happy with the result, and the overall weight is just 30 grams more than the starting point. So yes, I've added the electronic shifting. This bike is not really designed to be extremely light. Still at 8 kilos, I'm quite happy with the aero setup.
You can see the differences in weight between the Wheeltop levers and the 105, including the cables that will not be needed for the wireless installation. The front derailleur for Wheeltop is of course heavier than the 105 because of course of the batteries needed for the electronic operation, same as the rear derailleur that is heavier of course than the corresponding 105 components. Overall, the weight is comparable because the levers are lighter and the derailleurs are heavier.
So out for a road test. This is, I guess, what it really counts, and I need to be quick because another storm is coming. Grass has gone wild again. Wow, the first impressions are extremely good. The ergonomics of the lever are better than the 105 I used to have. The recess where the palm strikes the lever is slightly more curved, so your hand is resting on the top of the lever in a very natural way. And the brakes feel so much more responsive. So I don't know whether it's the fact that I shortened the brake runners because they were a bit long from my previous build, or maybe the pull of the levers is more positive, but nevertheless, yeah, brake seems more powerful. It's a very big plus. I do need to get adjusted to the electric shifting. There's a small touch needed to go up and down the gears. My hand still remembers the mechanical shifting, and sometimes I want to go there on the lever with a lot more force than is needed. But once you get the right touch, the gear shifts up and down instantly. The casual mode is really fast. I don't see the need at all to go to the racing mode. I will try it later. I'm genuinely impressed. I mean, this moves up and down the gears immediately, and yeah, it's a new sensation for me. So I set the racing mode on the gear shift. Yes, it is a little bit faster. Honestly, I don't feel the need for it because the shifting is fast enough in the casual mode, and you need to remember to take it out racing mode, not to consume the batteries. Yes, because in racing mode it will stay alive even if you leave the bike standing. The next time you ride, you might find that the batteries have gone down. So for me, the casual mode, the normal mode, is more than enough, a lot faster than what I was experiencing before. I do get a little bit of noise from the front derailleur when cross-chaining at the back. Maybe some small adjustment in the front are still needed. Very happy, guys. I know I haven't paid for the group set. I was about to buy. Luckily, with the channel, I got it for the review. and I'm very, very pleased. So, wow, I guess it's not going to be easy to go back to the Canyon Ultimate with mechanical, but guys, this feels amazing. Might be the perfect crit machine if I ever was going to ride one, because the investment on this bike is minimal. Performance versus cost is incredible. Now with the electric gears, cleaner front, responsive shifting, is almost perfect. Yes, maybe the group set a little bit fiddly to set up. The instructions are not translated in the very best possible way in English, but I managed to do it. Definitely you will be able to. Guys, let me know your comments if you already have one of these group sets. I want to hear your thoughts, and as usual, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you to the next video. Ciao.